Righty. Cool. All right. So for those of you guys watching this back on YouTube, sorry. I have I'm not live today. I got a massive headache, so just keeping it indoors. But we're gonna go ahead and go over the ETFs here. We've had a interesting day, right, to say the least. Today we tapped out basically on SPY overhead 3 times 680. That channel that we kind of were looking at as well slipped and fell, but this was there to pick it up, right? We have a little bit of empty space directly up above us, all the way into that 674. And I think that's what probably you and I or other people are likely speculating on. If you are in a upside position, it's dealing with its old, well, yeah, it's old cost basis. It's already punched through, and that's 673.65. I think well, I don't think I see that above 674.65, the rest of that empty space would be capable of filling. Now, the question here that we're obviously looking to answer is whether or not it can pop over that old level and move up into that 675, or is this just a retest? I think with all this empty space to the upside, one jolt of liquidity to the upside, and we, yes, very much could see a pretty substantial upside move. That being said, not like a all-time highs breakout, but I think at minimum, you're testing the 681s. So as we near towards the end of the day, again, we're going to look to our left on the higher time frames, hourly, 4-hour, and recognize what needs to be broken, right? And what we're breaking right now. So in the most recent price action, we've been able to reclaim this 672.30. And then directly up above us, it's this, and it doesn't really show well until you get to the 2-hour where it becomes cost basis. And that is what we are trying to test right now. So that's why I'm waiting to see, can we pop up and make that move, or even start that move as we near the end of the day? Does it lock itself down in range? Does it get pulled back underneath even this other previous level, which it's literally, and this is why it's so beautiful, everything is connected. Look, trying to hold. So waiting and watching on that one. QQQ 24-hour time frame, still sitting, right? And it's in a precarious place. I mean, this is unusual price action. I've kind of been saying that a lot about, how the market's been moving, even this type of stuff. And it's really been a lot of taking advantage of sellers and squeezing back up. Doesn't look great, right? Even though it's been able to recover its floor, and that does give it the potential to stay in range, right? We've moved to the 4-hour, and we can recognize that it has been able to pull itself back outside of 612.90. Again, those areas can serve as retest levels if we end up pulling back in the morning. Ooh, my eyes. Forgot to blink. Sheesh. And that is what we are up against on the hourly as we speak. So similar to the Qs, we are making that attempt. As you move to the 30, you can kind of see, right? Buyers really picking up the speed. Way, way tasty empty space up above us. Obviously, I think a little bit better than the Qs. 15-minute. Look, first green candle to our left is what we're attempting to try to grab hold of. This is not a box on the 5-minute, but a range. Inside of that range, it's mostly empty space due to the fact that we can see that 617 mark. We recognize that the 15 or the 50% mark can act as a promise in some sense to move to that 618, but it's above that we could finish a retest at 620 or 619.95. So at the moment, we're stuck in between, right, what we built and what we need to break. Watching. Now, if you're speculating, having empty space directly up above us like that does make it pretty tasty. But you also, again, if you are speculating or if you are taking a definitive position and just looking to hedge. You have a level at 607 that we did not hit. In between that, where did I mark that out? I deleted it earlier. Yeah, there it is. These two levels, and we kind of didn't even get close to, almost grazed it. But that would be an area that if we were, again, long ways away, but if we were able or pulled back down under 612.64, I would assume that being that would be the next retest. And you can see on the 30-minute how it's trying its hardest to pull itself back up on that floor to get to that empty space above. So it does make for some pretty interesting setup going into tomorrow. This channel that did I end up changing that? Yeah, I did. It was more like this. So that is also a 30-minute channel that we're trading in. And of course, that does potentially support our run up, right, into this area here. It's going to be interesting. Today, I think pulling back as strong as we did, bouncing at the floor, pulling ourselves back up. That's not what sellers want to see going into the end of the day. So, all right. And I definitely, 621.45, 623 being a potential going out longer, and imagining a squeeze of sorts. It'd be above 628 that the rest of that gap fill gets, so if you're looking beyond that. All right. IWM. Keep track of this one too much today, but it did go down again and sat on this floor. And this floor has been a nightmare for IWM to try to break. I think somebody said, I'm starting to think that'll never happen. But with that being said, look to your left. What do you need to grab? We can, again, go look at the candle closes here. And it seems like we're pretty settled on 240.80 being that floor. Now, yes, I get points of contact. Both can be true. Just like that. I think that's where people get the concept of supply. It doesn't always look like that. Or not the concept, but I believe that's how they chart it. I don't do supply and demand. Anyway, 30-minute. Yeah, you can almost see this. It's pretty cool, actually. I'm looking at this level. Look. And you're fighting with it now. But I go over here and I'm like, okay. Bam. Kind of pulled, held, bam. So definitely some decent moves coming off of this area. So we zoom in again, right? 5-minute. Volatility is low, very low. Structure is wobbly. I'm going to focus on the 15-minute because I can't see anything on the 5. So as of right now, holding above 241, which is similar, pretty much on point across the board. What's that? Yo, that's fucking sick. Keith Haring piece. I'm going to move my shelves. I might even get rid of them. I kind of want like floor to ceiling shelves. So, all right. Anyway, that being said, 5-minute time frame, our 15-minute time frame. It is this floor directly up above us that would serve as an obstacle. Doesn't look as great to the upside, right? At least on the lower time frames. The 4-hour, I think that retest at 244 looks pretty clear. So again, we are holding the floor again for the uptime time. Doesn't really look as great for any sort of speculation to the upside, but to the downside, I know we're still looking at the gap and the 237.40s potentially. Again, we're watching this one as we go into the end of the day. If it's able to reclaim or build back up above, right there, 241.80, it might be back on. So, oh, forgive me, guys. My head is pounding. Now, after hours, Tesla is got the approval. Forgive me, I'm losing my words, but Elon Musk's pay package meeting, and I believe that's been going on. I think somebody said that only Kathleen Woods was the only one who wanted it. That being said, not much has changed, right? If we are to react to this overnight, if we look at the 24-hour candle, you're still in range inside of this box. So with that being said, we can look at what's above and what's below. We are kind of expecting for this one to potentially move overnight. Upside retest 259. So this is kind of like, again, might be not even able to trade this setup, because if it happens overnight, then too bad, so sad. But this is what needs to happen, right? We break the collar at 466. That's done by breaking 462.75. And then at that point, we've already tapped and have rejected that imbalance. So it's 437.87. I'm not even paying attention to the wick. Fuck the wick. To the downside, right? We have a gap that we got pretty close to, if not filled, to the downside, as well as this does not translate very well from the 24-hour. I don't want to call it a cost basis, but yeah, one could say right now that buyers are definitely more in control at 445.90, but it's underneath 431.75, and I think this could waterfall. And again, we're expecting a catalyst. There are some key levels that we have to look for. If you're trading shorter expiration contracts, 400 down, right? 500 potentially up. Now, because of the empty space up above, if we don't react, this could serve as a cage, which I'm hoping it does not, but I'm excited to see what happens and whether or not this is the reaction, or the catalyst rather, that we're looking for. So wait, what? Oh, Earth 2 Potter, if he never took that shower, he just became a sock maker. That's crazy.
4 p.m.
What?
It'll be 4 p.m. is when it starts.
Okay. There's actually, I wanted to make a mac and cheese food truck. That was years ago. All right, let's see here. Sorry, I'm just going over. Jesus. All right. So talk about Apple really quickly. This one was able to hold, still holding, still has empty space up above it. Not if, Qs move up and fill their empty space, market moves up and fills empty space, then we fill empty space on Apple, and that play is still set up, right? So if you're still holding this one, but you're concerned about your position, worst case scenario, right, is what we can look at as a possible insurance plan. In my opinion, this earnings candle really doesn't deserve recognition, and it would be a move down 263. There's a gap there. And realistically, 260 and 263 would be my two targets to the downside. And that's if we essentially, moving back up, punch down or fall down underneath, because look at how many times it's trying. If it fails, one is going to have to assume that it's, oh boy, damn. I just saw that on, man, I actually would not mind playing Apple down a few ticks, whenever. Now, obviously, I'm not being saying that now, but if this did break down, man, that would make for some pretty sweet setups. Look at the floor there, get you underneath that level, so that would get you into this pocket. There's some start marking out empty space like that. All right. If it doesn't, oh my God. I don't know if anybody held or had any PLTR hedges um, from that setup, but if you did hold on to those, again, sometimes after earnings, shit ends up being worthless. Those are up like 200% today. So it was up a little bit more as it hit the lows, but SMCI hit. Very cool. All right, last one, and then you guys can go ahead and or two more, and then you guys can go ahead and drop your request. Coin. I'm in it for the biscuit or something like that, right? Risk you for the biscuit. Today, we saw a pretty, I call it a retest, right? Wicks over here. And it is really just in between us. And yes, I am recognizing that channel, but it's just like a really short-term channel. Not relevant, as relevant on the higher time frames. That is. And that's where this, oh my God. Can I just take this and retire? My retirement play. It looks so perfect. The most perfect thing I ever saw. I mean, that's not really relevant, but that right there looks great. That being said, what else can we ask for? 24-hour candle closing, pretty much flat to the floor. You can look at Bitcoin as a guide. Now, again, it's going to be hard to see Bitcoin dumping and the Q's ripping. So you got to take that into consideration. I think if we get a market-wide move, it's all of them. But that being said, yeah, coin is money sauce. Now, I also I really don't think anybody is an elf. But if you are, I think somebody asked me about it this morning. I'm still holding some hedges. I did trim off some of those. And if this goes any further, again, I'm up 377%, which these contracts cost $800 a piece, but they're worth $4,000 basically a piece now. So really cushiony. So I've been able to get out of some of those. I'm going to leave it's not like I had 20 of them, but I'm going to leave 2 on there, and I'm going to try to see my way down into 69. And essentially that'll give me enough cushion to decide whether I want to keep holding or whether we're going to end up dropping further going into 61s. All right. If you have anything you would like for me to take a look at, please drop your request right now in the channel. Let me know which direction you are looking at it going. Rivian looks pretty
Hey,
good.
hey Potter, did you end up getting a good sell on Fortnite this morning?
Oh, no, dude. Actually, I did not. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like immediately those contracts just dropped.
Yeah, I tried, but I it was already moving to, and then I don't know if this happened with you, dude, but it took a second for them to load. Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
actually
My
I
head
missed
is
this
killing me.
morning. I accidentally slept through my alarm.
Damn. Were you sleeping on it, dude?
Yeah, I was sleeping on it, man.
Damn.
I mean, I only had like I didn't have a lot. It was whatever, but you know, set your alarms, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that Fortinet anymore.
And that thing was a pain. You guys tried it a couple of times, man, but I mean, maybe back up to the upside. It has the setup to do that, but
Poppy, we doing XYZ?
I already kind of grabbed some of that. Hold on.
I am in it also.
Sorry. I was reading messages that somebody sent in the Discord. Yeah, why is this not hitting the screen? There we go. XYZ, I got 105 calls and $50 puts, man. So it was just
No TTD?
yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't think I could do it. Well, hold on. Rewind. I just was looking at it before I hopped on. And the more I look at this, dude, the more I'm like, damn, dude, could this, like everything else, fucking, first of all, we have like a fatty floor if we're just looking at it raw, right? We got this floor here that we're looking like we're going to head down to. We've got this 3940 that would be a natural support underneath it. But if this thing went like, Duolingo, 32, could be a target there to the downside. That being said,
32s are cheap.
you said what? 32s there? Oh,
I
I
said
bet it
32s,
is.
right?
Yeah, but dude, yeah, I mean, you can, yeah. I don't know what you said. They're mad cheap.
I already took it. I got a couple down and a few up. I got
I
the
was
40s down and then the 60, I think the 63s up.
Yeah, I was trying really hard to find like, okay, are we like in a channel like this, which doesn't look bad, which could be part of something, bigger, and we're not seeing it. So I mean, like, you can still speculate, of course, on like 62 and 65 to the upside, and then yeah, you can speculate even on as close as 39. And it definitely has a reputation of moving on earnings, and I'm looking at that as like the main variable. Like, okay, at least in the last couple of earnings here, this thing is hauled ass, and leading into it, it was consolidation. So it's something that it's not the worst, and in that terms, it's consistent. So if you wanted to take part in it, for that reason, you know what? I lied.
Bro, those things are expensive.
I think you got some, Potter. You got some
I do.
65.
Yeah, I bought
Yeah, I
them on
remember.
Halloween.
That's why.
Yeah, I did. I just
think-
found them.
Yep.
Damn, I could have sworn that said something else. That's crazy.
And they're holding. I mean, I'm only down like $25 on this. I think I got the 63s, dude. I'm not even down that much.
Yeah, I'm where's that? Damn it. Yeah, I'm down 38%. Damn, sorry guys. If I sound like I'm stupid right now, my head is pounding. I'm Gucci, but
Were
it's
your lift contracts shorter expiration?
on that type of setup, bro. Wait, tomorrow's Friday, right?
I was just looking at 12/19 or
I have the 7th.
12/26.
I have the 7th, dude. I bought the 23s and 1750s for November 7th. So I'm
Just
not.
looking for that
I'm
level. There's a
not
lot
going
of
crazy on
MXs.
that. There is a lot, but
Moves like a snail.
yeah. All right. Let's see here. What else? 316. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody's. Dude, I don't even want to look at that one. Are we in denial and it's the start of a bear market? I'm trying not to be in denial. I'm trying to like, wait and know, okay, we're definitely bearish now, but I mean, Jesus Christ, Data Dog. Yeah, man, this thing is, I literally think there's one box. That's crazy. So yeah, outside of 196.05, that one might keep ripping gold to 380. So that clearly wasn't real. Looks a little bit better. But not for me. Okay, so the question, how does that happen? So 24-hour time frame really doesn't have anything spectacular that shows me anything, but the 4-hour magically transforms into a box directly up above you, clean rain. Do we give it? Nope, we give it the candle right here. No, we go to the 2-hour and find the floor. Whoa, okay, so that was a separate box. That was like a box you built, popped up, bounced off cost basis, popped up, punched down through it, retested. So first, 371.38, gap fill. So that would be numero uno. And then 373, like a little bit of turbulence there might occur. But, and that's what, right there, 373.34. The thing that I want to see on this thing is that I want to see trend. So it's not outside of the question, man. It's literally just yeah, really 371. Three go Kroger. What about Kroger to the upside? So this one can be, you can boil this one down and keep it really, really simple. Start on the weekly, top down analysis. What are you wicking off of? Not really much of anything, but there is your 65.25 candle close. So that is going to hold you down. Now on the 24-hour, it's here. And now you can see that's why and why we retested, and that would be what needs to be recovered. Now on the 4-hour, I bring that up. It's the first green candle here to my left there. Now I'm going to go down a little bit further because I'm pretty sure I'll be able to see. Wow, that is. So when you're inside of a box like this, Mel, either way, right? Until you can count the rate. So I see a target underneath you. You can count the waves to kind of get an idea, right, of which way it might potentially go. And when I look at that, to be honest with you, it's a little bit tough to interpret. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I mean, this thing definitely looks like it wants to try to test. I think if you were willing to keep a solid stop loss, you could attempt entry over 63.72 or 64 or 63.93. Ugh. All right, let's see. Zeta up. Dylan, where exactly, what do you see on this one? You must be looking at the weekly here. 23 range. Ooh. So, I mean, with this one, the bounce off the floor on the weekly, I think speaks, volumes. That's what you want to see when you're near that area. This is a pretty wide box range, right? So we're going to look to our left, and it's right there at 2112. That would be numero uno as far as where we need to break. Now I can see that holding that down, there's your box, there's your cost basis. There's what you just punched through. So you can retest 1832, but it's a punch through 2025. Whoa. And outside of 2120, 2120, that you could make that attempt. And it's not like it's empty space or anything. So that's one of the it's filled up its empty space. But naturally 27 could be. Yeah, the only thing I see at 23 is 2370, and that's just this channel median. So all right. GM up. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so I already have that one marked out. It's 69.57, right? And if it's unable to go and break that, you could consider this 24-hour to be setting up a range. Right? It might be right there. Yeah, no problem. So that being said, 69.78, candle close, looks pretty good. Or lower time frame, punchback, 69.66. Lift long-term gap. This isn't a terrible place to do it. And if you have a longer expiration, you can have a 2075. Like if it punched down the box underneath us, you could go ahead and get out there. It's not something that I would expect to just complete. In fact, I would expect it to kind of grind into, because it's similar to what it did here, but grind into that rip. So having a good expiration on this one, yeah, what, Jesus? I just read that, dude. What the fuck? I sound sexy. Who are you talking to? That's crazy. Anyway, you have a basically a 2095, 2080 stop loss. You can move down into the lower time frame. Yeah, that's surefire right there. So even a 30-minute candle close under that floor. All right, TTD IV is 400%. That's unhealthy. Yeah. That's going to be interesting, dude. Excellent. Over 114.80. Let's recent control here. So I mean the 2 hour says 115. And then outside of 116. Yeah, we went over these. XYZ doesn't, it looks heavy. And I see a target potentially down around 68. If this one, you know, again, both sides of the trade, you have like the hundreds and then you have the 120s, you know, considering this thing has been in range for ever. Hold on a second. No, that's not it. I think I did this earlier. Just want to check. Yeah, I didn't like it. So anyway, that being said, I saw a potential gap fill or move down into this top if we fell. This rejection here, if we were able to break over, and again, this is all for earnings. If we were to break over 81.88, it would be that mark there at 87.25 that we could potentially see a squeeze out on that one. It's been a long time. We need and one thing that you will notice, y'all, is that was earnings. And look how it moved going into or after earnings. You know, that's weeks of rippage. You know, so whether it's up like that or it's down, having the good expiration on this one is numero uno. Man, dude. Can I get like a half lobotomy right now? Get some pressure out of my noggin. Target shares here. I'm not really seeing anything on the 24-hour, man, that's shouting long yet, you know. Even looking at that wick at 93.37. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe even the floor. 1, 2, 3. Neuro gum, dude. Holy shit. Sheesh. Anything else, guys? Amazon.
DKNG.
Someone has earnings tonight, right?
Yep.
What happened? Damn. Maybe a little asteroids. He used to make his own. What the fuck? Amazon down does look like it might be putting together a little channel here, but it's not really super clean. I mean, you could be short on it now and have a 244.75 candle close stop loss. Or even keep it a little bit tighter at 244.60. But it does look like on the 5-minute, that which you bounced at, if broken, would likely lead you back down to the floor where you have the best chance of potentially breaking. So
Hey Potter, can you check Chipotle, please?
Mm-hmm. Are you long on this?
No, just checking. I want to see if I want to get puts on it because I think it will continue to go down.
Next level I see is 29.76 on the weekly. Hold on. Damn. Oh, it's tough to spot. Actually, yeah, 29.84 looks like the next potential trigger down. And I would say that gives you 26.22 on the weekly, since you're looking for the bigger move. But with that comes the need for protection plan. You have a floor up above you at 31. Yeah, you have even that rejection there, kind of solidifying that 31 needs to be reclaimed. So not bad.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. EKG looks terrible, dude. I mean, like it looks like it wants to just crash to 2050. That one looks weird. All right, Kratos. Yeah, you're right. Yes, that's right, Timo. All right. Yeah, I saw that one too. So, I mean, Kratos right now has hit a floor. So if you're trying to see whether or not it's going to continue moving down, how long have you been on that floor?
Yeah, so I was looking for hopefully to retest the rest of that empty space and bounce off of call spaces.
I'll
That
go with
would
that.
be yeah, around like that $66 level. Um I mean it's in free fall right now. I would definitely want to get it right now, but
I think the opportunity presents itself. What's a good retest?
yeah, I would maybe wait till we regain a floor, possibly like that $76 area.
Yeah. Uh that likely would be the best idea to confirm. But you have putting like even 72.85. Okay. So it's sound. Hmm. 1375. Looks like a target to the downside. I mean, you have a nice little channel here that you're traveling in as well. So let's look at the four. Oof, four changes. Hold on. Oh my god, dude.
Dude, what are you swinging, man?
Oh, fucking migraine, brother. I'm watching
Is
right
that
now. Yeah.
Handy Mandy?
Oh. Is the U.S. economy going to crash tomorrow, Manny? Hold on. I'm evaluating right now with the candle close as it nears. Mashallah. Mashallah.
I can't believe today we had a red day, and the only trade I took today were calls. Crazy.
Fuck, dude. You retested and now you're putting push down underneath you. That's
Remember, this
now
market
reverse.
isn't real, so
This market isn't real. Nothing is real.
You're in my simulation.
that 4-hour close looks crazy, Garrett. Can't tell me that 4-hour close does not look insane.
$603.
Yeah, 603, 604. There's a little box there on the 4-hour. And there's still empty space all the way to zero. I'm just kidding. 580, bro. I'm not saying it's gonna happen tomorrow, but you never know.
Ugh. What about that, Manny? Never mind. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
How much are 604s for tomorrow?
You could hedge them to like 620s.
Damn, 604s are 89 cents? What?
With this much empty space above, I say 607 tomorrow first.
Bro, how are the 604s 89 cents for tomorrow and the VIX is at 19?
It's
know something?
another mystery. Because we're going to get the shit chopped out of us. Yum, 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 yum. Hold on. Because this could be a perfect setup to buy the coal setup. Yeah. It'd be 622 or 623.50 up. More times 630s possibly. And then to the downside, the target I have is basically 607 and 603, which we look at the empty space. There's a pocket right here. So yeah, actually, I'll take that back. 604.75. I like all of the empty space above us. A lot. That'll be such a good trade when we pop, Manny. All right. Yeah, it is pulling back into close, but it did. If Tesla absolutely dies, that is it in the S&P still, Manny? Tesla? Does anybody know? Or do they get?
Sorry, what?
I said, is Tesla in the S&P still? Damn, there's asked him, and he doesn't say. Oh, it is.
Lulu's moving.
Who is?
Lulu.
Dumpy? Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. 167. And then over tomorrow over 164.75 to get that done. Give me a second, guys. I'm managing my positions. Damn. I feel like these out of the money calls are a little inflated for what they are.
I know something.
I mean, we could, with all of this empty space, guys, you already know
Yeah.
what time it is, dude. We could see Trump could just whip out the fucking market rip stick and fucking beat us with it. So, or you can
We go to
shove it in
zero.
yeah, we go to fucking zero. It's, I mean, again, candle close underneath the top of this. You gotta, you gotta look at the 603 area. But I think it's just as interesting, what direction you have the empty space above and below to be able to make that adjustment, or just wait for tomorrow and trade it when it gets here. You don't have to straddle every day. Or you shouldn't straddle every day.
Dude, I think one of the transformers at my building just exploded. What the hell?
Really?
Bro, I just heard a loud pop. All my electricity shut off.
Ivy, run. You missed the shot.
Yeah. Something happened.
Rich shit. Okay.
Yo, you ever look more into, I know you said you were gonna start doing like a long-term side of the Discord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that I have looked into it, or
Yeah, I have. I think it would be better as a newsletter, but I'm not sure.
oh, you would just do more like a newsletter type of thing,
Possibly, yeah. Or
like
video.
Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. Just keeping things simple. These are the key levels. It would be built off of stocks that we'd already reviewed. But
Okay.
maybe in the
Are
new
we
year.
are we done doing like the like reviews of like the biggest plays for the month?
I'll pick
I
back
feel like
up
that
on
was
that, man. I got really busy. Yeah, I got life,
I got you.
and it just kind of, I forgot about it, swept under the. But that being said, yeah, we can pick that back up now that we've stacked another fucking 2 months on the top of it. And I'm looking at my calendar
Cool.
right
Yeah, I
now.
really like that. I like that what we were doing there.
I did too. I think it helped a lot of people too.
Oh yeah, just put into perspective,
This
you
is
only
what,
really need like a few good ones.
yeah. I mean, if Starboy had my system when he first started, dude, he might have actually made it. You know what I mean?
Right, he might have owned an island by now.
Straight up. Because he didn't give a fuck about. I can give him that. That dude would put it all. Like he'd be like, "All right, I'm putting half the account in Roblox calls. Can somebody send me some DoorDash money?"
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he had balls to steal that kid.
He did. He had the balls to when he lost all of it to ask his members for money. Like, just straight up be like, "Will you cash at me? I don't have any money. I'll pay you back when I get
Does
it."
does he still be joining the live?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy, man.
He wanted to buy the workshop. But I told him, "Nah, man, you gotta can't have you in here."
Told him nah.
Yeah.
Is that the
He
first person you've ever said no to?
No way, dude. I've shit. Yeah, dude, the amount of people I should show you guys my Instagram and TikTok DMs where people will be like, "Hey, I bought this. I just started last week and I bought this so and so. Um how long will it take for me to learn your course? Do you think I could learn it in like a month?" And I'll be like, "No. I wouldn't join. It's not going to work." It just saves them the trouble, dude, because like I know I don't want your money because I know you're gonna fail. And I know that's presumptuous of me, but you're gonna fail. That doesn't mean you fail at trading, but you're gonna fail a lot. You're gonna get your shit kicked in. And when you're done doing that and you realize, hey, I don't think I knew as much as I did, I'll be around. But like I tell people, I'm like, dude, if your mindset is like, how fast can I learn this? Like, I get we all want to get to the money. Like, I get it. What's it doing? Swear to God, don't fuck with me. Don't make me believe. Don't make me hope. TTD announces new AI trading system. Dumpy? What else is got earnings right now?
XYZ.
That's right. Coco. No, ma'am. You just saw the kitten try to come up to me for attention and you barge in? Skedaddle. Pipe down. I don't. Your BNB bounced. Dude, that stock is fucked. Look at that chart. Holy shit. You're gonna need the will of God to break this thing out. Holy shit. Look at that. Pretty
Did you
confidential.
take TTD? I missed it.
I have some that I bought on Halloween and I got a hedge to the downside. So
You took XYZ too?
I did, yeah. Hey, roll the dice.
Which one you feeling better about? Does it matter? One of them that goes.
Yeah. Whichever one rips, man. on their earnings callers. What time is oh shit.
Oh shit.
Second. What'd you say?
I think they both dump, especially after that wick right there.
Yeah.
Anyone take Airbnb?
Is it moving? Oh, no, I did not. That one didn't fit my fancy.
TTWO is dumping. I don't know if anybody took that. That's the GTA 6 company.
Oh fuck. They got a lot of
they
empty space underneath them.
They're about to probably release that they're not releasing their game on time for the 100th time.
Oh, bet. The only thing I had on Soundhound was that like second high shit. You know what I mean? How is that company profitable? What do they do? The fuck does Soundhound do? Conversational AI that speaks for itself. Oh.
I didn't even know that either.
They originally were for looking into what song was
Yeah,
playing.
I remember that. That's why I immediately was like, how are they profitable? That's all I
I
remembered
thought they
about
were
it.
like a. I thought they were like a. Soundhound was like the music where you could like download different like random music. No.
That was SoundCloud. That's where I
Oh.
started my rapping career.
Yeah. It was like all the one time.
Jetties.
Denise. Oi. Build a coin equity.
Were you still Potter Stocks then, or did you have a different rap name?
No, my rap name was Jetties, and that was it. But I didn't do much of anything. It was more of like a rap name that somebody was trying to force on me. Because of the freestyle that we did on the beach at like 12 o'clock at night with a big group of people. And I was, hold on, let me stop recording.